Presented by EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On first down, it's Locke. This one complete to Devin Funchess. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
12. Mike 37. Check.
Block. Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
12. 37's to Mike.
Block on 3rd down, and that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Switch it.
Here's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up the block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Off of play action, it's Watson. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas.
Get upfield.
break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Watson hands this to Foreman.
Get it.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. They'll run for it. This is Foreman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw. Watson.
Nice blitz.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Throw the ball.
Now left side, the completion was tight end. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
You gotta be kidding me, bro. You gotta be kidding me,
bro. And the
return
here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
You gotta be kidding me, man. I swear to God, bro. Yeah,
and this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Following the fumble recovery, here's Locke. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. This is Hines. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
I got it.
3rd and long, it's Locke. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Whitney Merciless showing no mercy. Flies in for the sack. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking at a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Oh,
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Lamar
go out
is hurting now me. Third down. Third and long, it's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Like that.
On first down, Foreman. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard.
Not the same back. I should have picked up a back. I'm pissed off now. Are you kidding me? I have no other backs? Oh, crap. Oh. 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 Oh, this is their asses. This is on me. This is me.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. To throw is Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. This is first and goal from about the 8. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Foreman. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Second down and goal. Watson, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need enough. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Fells, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On second down now, it's Hines. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
For real? Dang.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
I messed that up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a give right side. Foreman. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the Texans will burn the timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Over the middle, open is Thomas. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Damn it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A carry for Foreman. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
4-yard line, 11.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top of the game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check, check. Alert, alert.
They'll fake it. Now Locke. Rush coming, and he's taken down. J.J. Watt in there to bury him for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
We have hit the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Here's Foreman. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Watson. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not. Hold on. Y'all playing the wrong foot.
Now a first down throw. Lock.
Oh, y'all picked that.
Nearly picked off there.
Yeah,
it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Back to the air. Lock on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
Not too bad.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
Brings up second and 5.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
No. Ooh.
Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll run on first down. Foreman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Watson off play action.
Dude, get the
Under
block.
pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The linebacker Darius Leonard applied the heat.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
First down, Houston.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run with Foreman. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the
stop. What? Why these guys are unseamless when I'm running out of bounds? He's like, stop that garbage.
Able to record his 5th sack of the season.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself, eluding the pressure right. And he'll find QT on the right side complete.
Legal man downfield. Yep.
Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. The Texans send the punter out. They'll boot it away from about his 35. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a one-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. One-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
Andrew Luck, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago when he was comeback player of the year, and he needs another one right now if he wants a Colts victory. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, if you kill it, motion me out. 11 B. Mike 41.
Off of play action. Luck.
Wow, he's wide open.
Left. Able to find a rookie from Ohio State, Paris Campbell.
What the hell, bro?
Past the 35 before he's taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that is incomplete.
Oh, my God. It's trying to piss me off. Like, I had the guy, and I was going to push the button, he stops.
This defense was
like,
definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd and 10, Locke. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now Luck. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there.
Yeah, punt that, bro. Gotta be down by 21. Dude, do you know the rules, bruh? Can't go for it, bruh. sure. Let me read the rules real quick. But don't think you can go for that, cuz. Last punt on 4th down, unless you are on your own 50-yard line, steps are 21 points and anything up. You're good. My fault. You got it, buddy.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Hey, wahoo! That's track.
Colts going on 4th. It's locked.
Pressure, bro.
And no, it's incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Oh, for real? Oh, dang.
On 1st down, Foreman. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They run again with Foreman. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Luck. Forced out to his left. Space to maneuver at the 40. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly.
Of course.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Justin Reed. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 at the 19. Luck now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Luck. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now it's Luck. And this is
Dude, you're right there,
so
bro.
Late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And a timeout is called. So now you're looking at probably just one final play from back in their own territory, and they're going to need a miracle. And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So Houston going to come away here with the victory.
There, but no one wants to hear that.